Welcome to another Slates recap. Every month, the platform grows stronger and more stable. This time, I'll walk you through the latest features I've built with a focus on the Overview tab and new tools for collaboration. I've also made several optimizations to improve the overall user experience and fixed a number of bugs along the way. After that, I'll show you some of the new slates I've created to give you a better sense of what's now possible with the updated tools. On the community side, as usual, I don't have many updates yet, but I am laying some important groundwork, including a new podcast that will highlight slates and their authors. If you'd like to be featured, just let me know. Now, let's get into the features. I created a new onboarding flow where new users get to discover their profile step by step. Every step gives you a bit more information on what SlateSource is and what you can do. For now, that's just a user profile, and later on I will do it for Slates. To make the platform more collaborative, I added tab item actions. Those actions are for now commenting. You can now start a thread for any tab items. And you can also copy and paste the content of the tab in one click. Speaking of content, you can also now export the entire tab in just one click. If you've been following the project for a while, you might have a déjà vu, but I'm bringing back the expert mode. For now, it's just a couple tabs, but just enough to prove that it works. Now, because it's the most popular tab on the platform, I decided to give the Overview tab a few new features. First, I wanted to add a new note type to showcase external links. By just adding the URL, it will automatically display the title, the image, and the description. Until now, in the Overview tab, you were only able to showcase one image at a time. Now, you can add a collection of images and with different display styles. For now, we just have the classic display style, just square images, and the travel display style, which gives us a bit of a retro vibe. If you have any display style that you have in mind that you would like to see, just let me know in the comments and I'll see what I can do. The last addition to the Overview tab is a collection but of slates. So now you can create a list of slates directly in the Overview, which can then be accessed in one click. I also added a new tab, the Gallery tab. This one allows you to upload high-quality images with a title and a description. I didn't want to lose the quality when uploading the image, so there is no compression. In order to keep the storage scalable, I'm just going to give a limit per user per plan. So if you want a bigger storage capacity, you can just upgrade your plan. Sometimes you just want to group slates together, so I created a library tab on the user profile so that you can have your own collections of slates. It can be any slates that are public or private, but for yourself, that you find interesting and just want to have them in one place. If we want to make this platform perfect, we have to acknowledge its flaws. And so for that, I created a bug reports button, which will allow anyone to report any bug. Now, whether we like it or not, we have to go to the bugs. One thing that was bothering me is if you entered an invalid ID, it would load and then get a timeout. So I changed that up to detect whenever an ID is not valid or if it's not found in our database, and give you a not found page. That way you can still do things like go back home or go to one of the recently viewed slates. Okay, this one is pretty small but still pretty useful. You can now add break lines in the code editor. Now let's look at the optimizations. First, for the popular algorithm, it was initially just taking into account the likes, but now it also takes into account the views and the likes. The Slate tab for the user page now is an infinite scroll, so it loads fast, and if you want to keep reading, you can just scroll indefinitely. The interaction panel was getting a bit cluttered, so I added a button to open or close a group. Now let me show you a few slates. First one, I created a template to log your dives. So you have a set of data that you can just enter when you clone your slate. You can remove or change the values, and then you have a gallery where you can upload your pictures of your dive. Next, I want to showcase how Slate Source can be used to create blogs that go further than just a single web page. So here you can create a blog that will have nested pages inside for people who want to dive deeper into a certain topic. And then I also wanted to showcase how you can link external resources for diving even deeper into a topic. But a slate doesn't have to be complex. That's why I'm showcasing here a simple slate where it lists popular chess openings. Of course, I had to show at least one slate with the timeline tab. So in this slate, I used the timeline tab to create a calendar for each month on how to plant budget-friendly gardens. And for the last one, a packing list. This can be used for all sorts of trips. You can just create a checklist of all the items you shouldn't forget, and once you're packing, you can tick them one by one. Since the last recap, I didn't have much time to spend on the community side of Slate Source. I do want to create a safe space for anyone to share their slates, whether it's for a hobby, a project, their business, anything, and I'm hoping once the community grows, we can grow together and share lots of slates. And that's it for this recap. Thanks again for watching, and if you haven't already, please subscribe and see you around.